Hello from Tennessee. So, from time to time, I like to do a little bit of a check in and talk about channel direction. I feel like it's really a moving target often, but I've come into a decent cadence lately that I just wanted to talk about briefly, and maybe this kind of helped hold myself accountable to try to be a little bit more consistent. But what's been working really well for me lately, and I've seen some growth in terms of just people coming on board, which I definitely appreciate, is that I usually try to post up a couple videos over the weekend, like maybe 2 or 3 vids over the weekend, and then during the week itself, I just kind of do shorts, and that's manageable so far for me. And like I said, I'm seeing some benefit from that, so I'm hoping to continue with that. In terms of the types of videos that I want to do or will continue to do, like I've mentioned several times, I don't want to be a traditional review channel. There are plenty of those out there. There's some great ones. I definitely watch some of them, especially when I'm researching a watch. But the other thing, too, that I've started to adopt is I really don't watch a whole lot of YouTube. I think I mentioned that before, too. I've definitely been influenced by some channels. I think the main channels that I've been influenced in or by throughout my journey, there's 3 I really think of. Jeff McMahon, who I think just takes a more philosophical side to collecting and the watch enthusiast and that mentality. Pete McConville, who used to be Not So Obvious Watches. I don't think he's doing as much stuff now. I think he still is, but he took a more look at the industry and just had a good perspective too as well. I definitely recommend him, and he's been an influence to me over time. And then my buddy Random Rob's been an influence too, from the standpoint of, I think one of the things I've adopted from him is the one take mentality of videoing and not editing. I think I was watching one of his old vids, and he talked about how he could edit and he just chooses not to do that. And I think that what I've learned from that is just that level of authenticity. That's what I'm hoping to shine through. There's lots of flashy channels out there that have really good production value, that do an awesome job. But I think at the heart of what I want to do is, like, I want to be documenting my journey. Again, I do a lot of this for myself, and then I want to try to help some people along the way. And I think as enthusiasts, we need these kind of outlets, and we need ways to discuss in a very positive manner too as well. The one, and I know I'm rambling a little bit, but the one thing I've noticed that's kind of interesting, and I think it's kind of a comment on maybe human behavior, is as I start to get more subscribers and I see some of my videos, I'm having better luck with some of my videos. For me, this is big, like hit 1,000 views, high hundreds on the views, like maybe 800, 900, 1,000 views. It brings different folks into the mix, which I think is great, but it also brings, some people, I'm trying to use a different word than troll, but I really don't have one. And to give the benefit of the doubt, sometimes I don't think people are trying to be, actually, it's hard to speak to people's intent, which I think that's just a thing in general. But I think I just don't really tolerate a lot of negativity in the comments, and I block folks that I feel, and while I realize this is objective, I just block that negativity out. There's enough of that in normal life. I do this hobby, again, as a release from, the stresses of the week, of the day, of work, however you want to frame it up, and really have no place for the negativity. Now, with that being said, somebody coming and having a different opinion is not negative. I think it's how you present things too as well. But I think using, trying to be more diplomatic in your approach when you're making comments and actually read what you write, think about it a second before it's put out there, can go a long way. it's great to have opinions on things. I know we all do, but at the same time, I think a vibrant enthusiast community does much better with a positive outlook and a positive interaction between those folks. And I really starting to feel like on my channel here, I've started to establish that community, and I'm very thankful for that. So thank you all that have been with me a while. You know who you are. Thank you for those who are, newer. And if you're just stumbling across this, please like and subscribe, and become part of my watch journey. I would really appreciate it. And as always, stay positive, make friends, and enjoy the journey. Take care, everybody.